And I think that's it. I think that's it.
You think?
Nice.
I believe so.
Do you see us? I don't see you.
You don't see me?
I don't see you at all.
I see you.
You're supposed to go along with it.
Oh, my bad.
So
We're trying to mess with you.
my greatest fear. My greatest fear. Oh my God! I did it again. Hold on. Stop your recordings. Stop your recordings.
Wait, did we actually screw something up, or are you messing
No,
with me now?
this is my second greatest fear. I screwed something up.
What did you do?
I forgot to. I didn't have the right source for the microphone. As I was doing.
So who were you recording?
I might have used a free to speak or free text to speak software in order to get something that somebody said.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So stop your recording, delete it, and we'll go again.
We're just gonna do it live, huh?
Fuck it, we'll do it
Pretend
live. This is who we are now. This is where we are.
All right.
Accept it.
The Dan O'Reilly Show. Let's go.
Oh no, dear God, get out while you can.
You've already referenced it. It's happened.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Now I think. There we go. Now I'm seeing some waveforms.
Let's go.
So
Awesome.
All right.
what are some of your deepest fears, guys? We've already experienced one of mine.
Oof. Is that a serious question?
Yeah, let's start the show let's start the show with that. It's Halloween. It's a little bit spooky. Like we got options.
My deepest fear is being on a podcast where the host picks the wrong source, and we had to restart the.
You're
audio.
right. You're right.
What an asshole!
My second greatest fear is to be on a podcast with somebody who doesn't clear their wings, and I've been on 2 with you so far. So
Yeah, so it's fear factor pretty much.
So I'm uncomfortable.
Me and Dan are passively aggressively fighting each other right now.
This is insane. This is insane.
But we're so kind about it.
Like we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. Like we're gonna talk. We're gonna discuss. We're gonna engage. We're gonna have a conversation. Jeez. Wow. If we're talking about like actual personal fears, my fear would have to be kind of like living my life without my friends and family knowing like how I truly feel about them.
Oh yeah.
Like having them question who I am to them. I've grown like over this year, I've grown a real bad fear of like, do they know I care? Like, do they know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that really bugs me. Like it really bothers me. So I'm calling people like 3 or 4 times a day that I truly care about. It's like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Like,
you know I love you, right? You know I love you.
Right. It's like, yo, did you got jelly in your fridge? Because you know I love you, right? It's like, shut up.
I love you.
Stop calling me, bro. Like I'm in the middle. I'm with my family. My wife is starting to think things like, just, bro, I just want you to know, like I care. Like that's it.
It's kind of funny because when I text him, he doesn't respond back. But
it's because I don't like you. There's a difference. There's a difference. Nah, I'm joking. I love you, Mike. Come on. We barely talk. Come on. Listen, our relationship.
We get those friendships though. Like we won't talk.
Right.
Like, we don't have to talk for like a couple weeks, but when we hit each other up, it's like no time has passed.
We don't gotta talk to each other for months. But if he calls me, it's like, yo, man, I need a shoulder. I'm right there with a napkin. You know what I'm saying? Some food, some snacks, porn, like whatever works. I'm there. It's like, bro, I got you. I'm not gonna
all corners covered.
Right.
I dig it.
You know I got some snacks. I got some pretzels.
Whatever you need, right?
Right. I got this big black bag. It could be anything you want. It could be, it could be food. It could be money, or it could be a fleshlight. Whatever it is that you're working with,
whatever works.
We're there. You know what I'm saying? Whatever my homie needs.
That's what we call the homie. You seeing this, people? That's what we call a homie. This man got all bases covered.
Life right there.
All bases. You know what I'm saying? But if we're talking about like horror fears, I don't do I don't do kids and I don't do dolls.
Okay.
I can't do kids and I can't do dolls. I can't do dolls because dolls just. I'm not talking about like regular like Barbie dolls or action figures because obviously I love those. I'm talking about like ceramic, soulless.
Oh yeah.
I watch you while you sleep, dolls.
Like
the ones with the eyelids. where like
yeah,
yeah.
like I can't do those. And then with kids, I can't do kids because if you take a child and you make it laugh, he or she, I said it, like it's a item.
Yeah.
Wait, you make this thing.
Well,
laugh.
you don't. You all like. I mean, you could say they. I mean, you don't. You don't. Yeah, they.
The kid. If you make the kid laugh at like 2:00 in the afternoon, it's great. It's laughter. It's joyful. You're like, oh, it's great.
Not at 2:00 in the morning though.
You hear that same laugh at 2:00 in the morning? It's kill it, burn it with fire. I don't want it. Whatever that was, it's creepy. If you can't see it, and it's terrifying. So
my niece used to do that. My niece used to look at the wall and just start laughing, and I'm just like, no, I'm out.
No,
I'm telling you right
stop
now,
that here.
That's what I'm saying. If your niece ever did that to me, I'm gonna make her shoulders touch.
just a straight yeet.
Wow! It's over. It was by accident, but I'm gonna make your shoulders touch. That was crazy.
No, man, I feel that. My parents like to collect like porcelain figures and stuff like that, and I swear, because Lord knows, Mama will want to put that stuff in every room in the damn house. And once or twice, I woke up with the head on that thing facing a different direction than it was when I went to sleep.
Yeah.
If those,
Ain't nobody got time for that.
If those were my parents, I'd be an orphan. Like, all right, I'm out.
I'm telling you.
Hey, I saw
happen.
Chucky. I ain't about to live through that.
I can't do it. I'm telling you, kids are dolls. I'll deal with serial killers. I'll deal with craziness. I'll deal with all of that. Kids and dolls. No, I just can't do it. I can't do it.
There was a night real early on in my relationship with Jenny. Jenny and I have been together for 8 years, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I heard.
That's when you start looking for things to hit it with.
I look over, and it's her. I
thought it was Michael
she's
Jackson
talking in her sleep.
It sounded like something Michael Jackson would do.
I would be comforted by Michael Jackson serenading me in my sleep.
When she talks in her sleep, it comes out as like humming, which is just like I thought for sure there were going to be like several kids, poltergeist kids, that were just like standing over me, just going.
Honey, there was a situation where I was with I was dating someone. We're really good friends now, but she was sleeping next to me. While she was sleeping, she was having a conversation. She was having a conversation about something, and I was laying there because I wasn't sleeping. So I'm laying there, and I feel her behind me, and she's like talking, and I'm noticing that she's not like sleep talking. She's forming actual words. So she's having a full conversation, right?
Yeah.
So I turn over and I'm looking at her and I'm like, hello? Right? She's knocked out. She's gone. She's knocked out. Hello? She's like, the thing. The thing. Right, we got that, and it's it's there. It's the thing. It's there. Right. Help! I need assistance.
I need an adult.
So she's like. No, the thing. I'm like, all right, now you're going like in circles, and you're now Christopher Walken. You gotta help because we're not doing this. And she's like, The Rock, and I'm like, all right, so wake up, because I'm not doing this. What do you want? So she's like, look at me. So what happened? What's going on? I'm like, Rock. She's like, what? I'm like. What? I was Rock. You told me Rock. Why are you waiting? I was pissed. I was so mad. This happened at 3 a.m. I was aggravated as hell. In the middle of the dark. Why would you do that? Why would you talk to me like that? Don't talk to me no more.
All right, man. I didn't get over that. What's the mystery of that? Like, are we talking pebbles, boulders, Dwayne? Which rock?
You said the thing.
Yeah.
Is there a thing? Is there a person? Are you in danger? Am I in danger?
Me?
Are we in danger?
Wait, hold on.
Can we-
I'm the rock of this show. We've discussed this.
That's true. You are the
wasn't
rock
me.
of this show.
Wasn't you?
I don't think it was
3
me.
a.m.
Couldn't have been you.
I think she was saying the Thing versus Dwayne the Rock Johnson in a fight. Who would win? I think
That's two rocks
Oh,
fighting.
It's two rocks. Ooh.
That's two rocks fighting.
I'm asking.
It would be Ben Grimm.
Ask her.
It would be
I'm
Ben
asking.
Grimm.
You think Ben Grimm would win in the in Dwayne? I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, we can
In the
circle
most-
back to that in community questions.
That's great. I'm just saying, Dwayne the Rock Johnson fell out of a helicopter and landed on his feet, and he was completely fine.
That's true. That's canon.
I can
I'm just
confirm.
saying. That's you know what I'm saying. He whiplashed 4 cars with a chain, one singular
Oh
chain,
my god.
and I'm Dwayne the Rock Johnson is literally Chris Redfield in Resident Evil 5.
Punching boulders.
Punching
Save the
boulders.
world by punching the boulders. I will never get over that. I will never. Oh, so I'm gonna just smash this and we done. We lit. It's dope. I'm out of here. Let's get it done. All right.
Well, there you go. Now you know what you need to live up to, Dan.
Yeah.
You gotta start punching them boulders out of the way like your name is Chris
I gotta start
Redfield.
jumping out of helicopters, guys. I'll let you know next week
That's
how that
it.
turns out.
No parachute landing on your feet.
Every 100 subs, Dan has to punch a rock.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm
That's-
in. I'm in. You set the goal for me, so now I gotta. I'm in.
It's a thing.
Live up. Well, all right. I think that's a great starting point. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 257 of the Planet Destiny podcast. That was probably the most fun intro I think we've done in a long time. I've seen some derivative intros on this show. Dan hitting us with the monster movie sketch a week or two ago was crazy. I think this one was better. Deepest Fears, Dreams, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Feels good. Feels good. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
Good.
Doing all right?
I bought a candle.
What kind?
I bought a candle. I just bought a candle. It said peace and tranquility on it, so I bought it.
Does it smell like peace and tranquility?
I would hope if this is what peace and tranquility smells like, then I'm not disappointed. But if I'm wrong, I have questions. Because if that's not what peace and tranquility smells like, then we have a problem. Because that's false
Question
advertisement, and I have a lawsuit on my hands.
Yeah, the
That's
FTC
been
has
my-
something to say about that.
Exactly.
Make that
How do you
money.
quantify that?
That's,
What's
you know what I'm
peace and tranquility smell like? Does it smell like OJ? Sunny D? What?
That's what-
it
ooh,
smells, it probably smells like what the Rock is cooking.
Yep. There you go.
saying? I know one thing. It doesn't smell like unfinished wings. You bastard. I know that's what it does.
Good podcast, guys. I gotta go.
Get him out of here.
This dude doesn't eat all his wings. That's kind of sus, man. I don't believe it. It's kind of sus.
Kind
He
of sus.
doesn't.
I'm getting voted out. Okay.
Oh, 100%.
And he has a goal right now set up for him to actually have an actual bowl of ramen. He's never eaten ramen before.
Never had
Really?
ramen before.
Okay.
Really?
Nope.
It's like 15 cents everywhere you go.
No, I think means like legit, like
Like a
Right.
no, yeah, like yeah, not like instant noodle. That's I've had a bunch of those, but like a
yeah.
legit.
Everybody's
sit
been
down
to
at a
college at
restaurant.
least once.
Yeah.
There's no
One
excuse.
Yeah.
There's no excuse.
Definitely
old
excuse.
There's no excuse.
I'm only
You're an adult.
I'm only 16.
How long you been watching anime? How
only
long you been in
16?
anime?
What's anime?
What's that? Alright. Yeah, I see why you see why I don't call him. It's hard to be his friend. It's hard. It's very hard to be his friend. Yeah.
So if the current conversation might seem like a little bit of filler, there's a reason for that. That's
Oh.
because our special guest tonight, the host of the Filler Podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I can already tell this is gonna be fun. I like y'all. This is my first time meeting you guys. Hi, I'm TBL. It's nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. And that was like
Thank you, Maru,
probably
Nogi.
the greatest segue I've ever seen in my entire
Yeah.
life.
He's
Oh.
professional.
Professional.
That's
right
why
here.
this is literally the only reason they pay me. It's just for the segues.
Yeah,
But-
I'm trying to learn from you. I don't got that yet. I don't got that yet.
Oh, when I started out life, I maxed out my BS bar immediately, and it's all I maxed out.
In the wound, he was just like, okay, I'm good.
Right.
I was
That's
watching
perfect.
Liar Liar on repeat. But for those of our audience here who might not be affiliated with you guys, who are you? What is it you do? Why don't you guys take a little bit of time to let them know what you're all about?
Okay. Well, Mike, you go first since I've cut you off the entire time since we started. So
It's cool. So I'm used to that, so it's okay. Anyways, yeah. So my name is Maru. Been doing content creation for a couple years now under kind of different flag called Low Light Radio from way back in the day. Kind of focused primarily on Instagram. But it wasn't until pretty much ending of last year, beginning of this year, especially with COVID, where I started kind of branch out, trying to do my own thing under the name Maru. Went into doing Mixer for a bit, and then obviously everybody knows what happened with that. Came over to Twitch, and yeah, just been doing streaming every couple of days. Fortunately, can't do it as much as I would like to, working a 40-hour plus job. But yeah, doing streaming like that, and originally with the filler, I had gone to Nogi, and I said, hey, let's do a show where we talk about anime, games, and whatnot, and just film it and then put it up on YouTube. We did that for a couple episodes, and then the whole Mixer thing happened, and I was like, well, let me use the platform, go live, let's bring some Mixer partners on, and just have them, showcase them, let them talk, let some new people from Twitch meet them, and kind of go from there. And then that kind of started building up into its own thing, and the filler went from being like an anime Destiny podcast to we still talk about Destiny, but a large part of what we do is talk about social issues. So Black Lives Matter was a big thing that we did, mental health, LGBTQ, and we bring about 4 guests on and discuss their streaming, their life, and anything that they kind of go through, and try to bring positivity and help out those people who either need to be educated or just want to help out in any possible way. But besides that, like I said, I just stream primarily Destiny, but I do play other games every couple of days. Not my full-time thing as I would like to have done it, but definitely I always go with the mentality that I just do this for fun, and it's a big hobby of mine. So
that's very heartfelt. That was very nice. It was very.
I appreciate you not cutting me off at all. So thank you.
I was quiet. I tried.
Did you mute yourself?
No.
Okay.
I did it. I was there. I was genuinely being quiet. Such an asshole. I am Nogi. I actually started content creation from a very different name. My first name for content creation was originally King Kitsune. King because King is my last name, and Kitsune because it's Japanese for fox. I love Naruto, and I have a very large infatuation with foxes as an animal, as a representation. I go by the name Nogi now. Nogi is an abbreviation from Nagitsune, which is Black Demon Fox, which is again a play on Kitsune. A lot of people don't know that. The V in the name does not stand for anything but void, even though people think it stands for Vegeta. And that's okay. But ultimately, the V is silent. I started content creation with Maru. We started Little Light Radio, as he said. I was the face of the Twitch channel, where he and our friend Purple Juice Man worked a lot on the social media interactions on the Instagram. I was originally in the Destiny community. My face was originally in the Destiny community for roughly about 5 years or so. That's really where everything started. I still have pictures of me at my first Guardian Con, embracing people that I now are well engaged with to this day. One of which is like 5,000 Watts, who is a fantastic human being. I create content and I interact with my community as a internet personality / online entertainer. My content and my stream are heavily deprived from not focusing on social issues. I make sure to purposely interact with those particular engagements while interacting in combination with entertainment. But my stream focuses heavily on anime, comic books, and of course video games, while identifying social issues as well as mental health, because I personally deal with that. And I think that having the conversation will ultimately make the conversation less difficult to have, which the filler has proven. over the course of time, me and Maru had split separate ways and started doing our own thing. I originally I left Little Light Radio and went over to Mixer to start Nagitsune, which eventually became Nogi, in which I became an actual Mixer partner. So I was a partner on the platform. I was a partner for only about a month and a half before the platform had actually transferred over to Facebook Gaming. And then I came back on Twitch. But the connections that I've made over the course of my time on Mixer as a platform, especially in Destiny Directive, I transferred over to Twitch, where I started interacting with a lot more people here, and that's basically where I was interacting with Oman Mikowski and Kenny Vaccaro and all of the other players over on G1, which I am now signed on as a creator and community manager of the entire organization, which is what I'm currently doing now. But as Maru said, it's a little bit more difficult when you're working a full-time job. But nonetheless, it's possible. We do it anyway. We're tired, we're exhausted, but this is what we love to do. And yeah, that's me.
Well, right on. I think that was probably the most detail-filled introduction that I think we could have asked for from both of you here. And man, the notion of content creation, especially with platforms like Twitch and whatnot, and the way they function right now, plus a full-time job. I know the struggle. I know it well. It ain't easy to keep up with, but it's a labor of love to continue doing the stuff that we do like this. And I definitely give you guys kudos for pulling that off. You both were on Mixer for quite a while, and you got Mixer partner. Of course, we all know the situation that happened there before it became Facebook Gaming. I was on Mixer for just a little bit. I jumped onto it as a kind of an alternative to Twitch, and really enjoyed the platform. I thought its user interface was a little bit messy, but it had real potential behind it. And I got to see that with a lot of the people who blew up on Mixer before having to go elsewhere. So what has it been like for both of you, coming from Mixer and then going back to something like Twitch?
Mark, you want to take that?
Yeah, I'll go real quick because my experience was actually a little bit less than Nogi's. So primarily, I started on Mixer for a couple months, and it was funny because I literally left, I think, the day before Mixer shut down. I came back to Twitch, and for me, Mixer was great because I got to learn how to be a streamer, learn the ins and outs, and kind of learn the basics, and everything I kind of learned and the mistakes I made there. I was able to kind of go in and not make those same mistakes when coming into Twitch. But the platform itself was great. It definitely had its issues, but there was so many amazing people I met there, and there's so many connections I made from Mixer that I still have over here on Twitch. Ryan Uzumaki, Troy HD, Mark Stockley, some amazing Mixer partners who are over here on Twitch, and they're grinding their butts out. And from what I've seen, and I haven't seen every single case, but in most cases, people are doing the same or if not better on Twitch than they ever were on Mixer. Yeah. So I haven't seen anything but positivity from that. On the Facebook side, I'm not too sure, but in terms of moving over from Twitch, I think everybody's, it was kind of a blessing in disguise if you think about it. Yeah, a lot of people lost their Mixer partnership and don't have it on Twitch, but they, partnership is just a check mark, just a road post along the road of content creation, and you got to make sure that's not your end goal, because if that's all you're going for, Nogi can speak on this too. He's spoken on this many times. If your goal to be a partner is just to be a partner, then you're in it. You're in the wrong business, man. This isn't for you. And those people, they're not Twitch partners, but they're doing a lot more than a lot of partners are at this point. So again, nothing but I think it was a blessing in disguise at the end of the day. But I was only on it for a couple months. Nogi was on it for a long time, so he can speak a little bit better on that than I can.
My experience on the Mixer platform was it was a very different experience for me because of how dedicated I was to creating content as a career at the time. I still have a bit of interaction. I still have a lot of respect and heart and interest in making this a career. At the same time, I was in fact doing it for the wrong reasons. But I'm a strategist. So before I even got to Mixer, before I left Twitch, I had tried YouTube gaming, I had tried Facebook gaming, and then I tried Mixer. So I tried all platforms before I made any actual judgment call. Not only that, did I try the platform out for itself. When I went to particular panels like PAX, I went to every single panel that was in tune with either Twitch or Mixer. So before I actually walked onto the platform of Mixer, I went and I analyzed and processed all of the information that they had down the line, weighing the pros and cons, not only from the actual interaction of the platform itself, but from the representatives who were promoting the platforms.
Right.
And that's when I decided to make the initial jump towards Mixer, because I interacted I interacted with not only the people who were promoting the platform, but I also interacted with some of the partners before I even knew that they were partners. So that was that situation. In terms of my experience and in terms of how it is transferring back, I ultimately am not bothered, because upon my achievement of hitting partner, I realized that some of the things that I was declined for partner for were actually like they were not a part of my character or my channel. For instance, one of the reasons, and it's funny because even King Gathalion saw this and he responded with the words, and I quote, "That's total bullshit." And that's a quote. That's not me assuming what he said. That's actually what he said. So one of the reasons why I got declined for partnership was that I don't interact with my chat. I missed opportunities interacting with my channel. And I'm like, what?
Okay.
I literally get made fun of because I talk too much. And there are people who walk away from my channel because I'll stop a game to make sure that someone in my chat is actually feeling okay that day. So to say that I don't interact with my chat is a blatant lie. It's a spit in the face, which is why Maru says all the time that I speak on this topic a lot, because partnership it should never be the goal. It should be it should be a shoe that you tied just to get you out the door. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the goal. It's not the destination. It's a part of the process.
Right.
And it's really a scenario to where the transition from Mixer to Twitch, at least for me, was only difficult because I realized how many people along with me put so much effort into their channel on that platform. So I was really more worried about them than I was for myself, because I knew that, one, my streaming was not my primary source of income. Two, I know that I just hit partner, and there are people who were buying houses. There were people who were feeding their families of multiple children. So it's like I was really more focused on that situation because I knew them personally, like they're close friends of mine. And that was something that was really hard for me to truly process. Up until now, the experience is definitely, it was a smooth transition for almost everybody. Some people who were partners on that platform is now partners on this platform. And there are some people who are not partners who are still making a decent amount of income, even though that's not their primary objective. They're doing 10 times better than they were, on Mixer. So for me, being a content creator and pushing for that narrative for so long, and it took me about 5 years to actually obtain it, to have it stripped away from me within the year that I got it, it didn't hit as much as it did on the external value. I don't care about the check mark. I care about what I sacrificed. I care about what my peers sacrificed. I care about what I lost. I care about that more. And that was the difficulties behind that situation. But losing the partnership, I could give a shit about that. I personally could care less. Like it had and it will never have any effect on me. So that's
right. It's a signpost along the road rather than the road.
Exactly.
Right.
It's just another rung on the ladder. It's not the rooftop that you're trying to get to. I think that's a fantastic way to look at it. And oftentimes, when you're in the business of streaming or content creation, you always get people asking you like how they can get started and whatnot. And one of the things that me personally, I've had to tell tons of people is don't do it for money. Right. Don't start live streaming or content creation or any of that because you're trying to get rich, because you will burn out far before you ever make a dime. It always starts out as being just a hobby, something you enjoy doing. You gotta feel content creation. You gotta enjoy getting out there, live streaming, entertaining people, talking to people, and spending time with people across the internet. And don't put so much focus on a blue check mark on Twitter, or don't put so much focus on a partner status on Twitch or whatever platform you happen to be on, because that shouldn't be the goal. I think, Nogi, you're absolutely right, man. That should not be the goal. That's just another step along the journey. Right. And I think that's I don't know if there's a more beautiful way to put it than the way you did. 100% right,
Right.
brother. 100% right. So good stuff. Good stuff. So naturally, that kind of leads me into some of the other questions. Like, of course, gaming is a major facet of Twitch streaming and all of that kind of stuff. And I'd imagine gaming's had a pretty big impact on everybody's life here. So I wanna pick your brains a little bit. I guess we can start with you, Maru. How did you guys get started in gaming? What are some of your earliest gaming memories? And then we can move on to how that translated into Destiny. One of my favorite questions to ask our guests here is how the hell did you get started with this franchise? Because the story is different for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been gaming since pretty much 3, I think, from what my mom would tell me. She would always pick up, that Atari controller when my dad got the system. And yeah, my earliest console I remember is Nintendo, playing Mario all the time.
Right.
Primarily, I would always play with my sister. Donkey Kong Country, be one of the ones I remember. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Gauntlet 64, if you guys remember that one.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah, some of the OGs. So I've been playing games since I was young. It was pretty much my main hobby. I'm mostly an introvert. I like to stay home. I go out, here or there, but I'm all about just like chilling at home playing games. So I've been playing from way back. I've had almost every console, and I even got a job where I met Nogi working at a GameStop. So yeah, gaming most of my life.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we have some crazy GameStop stories, but yeah, gaming since most of my life. Heavy into RPGs, play shooters. I was big into the fighting game scene for Killer Instinct. Went to a tournament for that, Apex. But yeah, I pretty much will play almost anything. Doesn't matter really what it is. I have all the consoles and kind of go on that. But when it comes to Destiny, working at GameStop with Nogi and our other friend Purple Juice Man, we would just talk about Destiny. We were playing since the alpha, so we were in the Game Informer magazines. We were reading about this. We were there, we were the OGs from way back when this was even just being discussed. We were there reading the magazines about it, and we just kept talking about it. We played the alpha. We kept talking and talking and talking about it. It would pretty much be the only thing we do, talk about Destiny. And then at one point, I was just like, we should do a podcast. So I went to Nogi and I was like, yo, let's do a podcast. Let's work on some things. We didn't really know the gist of how everything would work, but I was like, let's just do it. So he was like, yeah, let's do it. And then we talked to Purple Juice Man. We got him on too. So it was the 3 of us. And we would basically record videos in Purple Juice Man's home with bad quality videos. And we would just talk about, whatever the news was for Destiny at that point. And we kind of just, that was our content creation. That was the start of it. We primarily were on Instagram. We would make memes. We did interviews with Instagram personalities and content creators from there. And then we kind of just started diving into other stuff. And then, things happen, lives happen, things you can't really plan for. And we kind of went our separate ways. Still remain friends, but we wanted to start make our name for ourselves individually. And that's how Nogi started with that, and then I started doing my own thing. But yeah, we've been in Destiny since Alpha, man. I got a Warlock tattoo right here, man. I live breathe Destiny. I before, back in the day, not so much now, but I used to literally play every single day, log in, do a whole bunch of stuff, and then go about my day. Now not so much. Obviously I love Destiny. I'm gonna always keep playing Destiny, but it definitely doesn't have my attention like it used to. But yeah, I still love the game. The lore is amazing. The gameplay. There's nothing feels better than grabbing a hand cannon and shooting somebody with it. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, GameStop. Jesus. That I lost. There's a story where I lost my job because of Destiny at GameStop.
Really?
Okay. We're gonna get into it in a minute, but I'm gonna answer your question first. So. My gaming experience definitely started early. I'm 28 years old, so I'm not gonna say that I was out here running the Atari, because no one in my family is actually gamers. That was the seriousness behind it. No one in my my family was really into, just honestly, they were into production. They were into music, movies, and art. That was everyone in my family. They were either really good at singing, really good at creating stuff, or really good at acting. And that's, me being myself, I was nothing like that. So I'm just I'm gonna go over here and play this Sonic Adventure right quick. You know what I'm saying? So I was playing, Sega Dreamcast, Super NES, Nintendo 64. Like that was really where all of my focus was really driven. When the thing that really turned me, however, into a real the game that really drove my mind into the idea of like this is the greatest thing that I've ever played wasn't actually any of the retro games. One of the games that I played the most, however, was Super Mario Sunshine. But the game that really blew my mind was actually the Devil May Cry franchise. Like that game, the story, the music, the combat, the concept art, the environments, the everything from, and I was lucky enough because I didn't play it in numeral order. I played it in chronological order. So I played it the way it was supposed to be played.
You started with 3?
I started with 3 special edition.
Dude.
I started with 3 special edition, right? And it was I didn't know that I started it the right way, right? So I was playing it special edition, and I remember playing every single mission, every single level. I farmed Devil May Cry. I was and people don't know. Everybody's like, oh, you gotta listen, y'all don't understand. Y'all got it easy because y'all could purchase things. Y'all don't know what it was like playing Human, Demon Hunter, Son of Sparta, Dante Must Die, Heaven and Hell, Hell and Hell, and then having to play 20. But you know how hard it is to play 20 missions where you can't die once, but everybody else dies normal? You have any idea how difficult that is? You have any idea what that does to your mind? How many nights I haven't eaten? I didn't eat. My PlayStation was hot, like steaming. Listen, we're not gonna get into it, but that was the game that really pushed me dramatically. So I was super interested in storylines. So that was a thing that really captivated me. So after playing Devil May Cry, I fell in love with the franchise, but then I started playing games I really wanted to kind of branch out and play first-person shooters. So some of the first-person shooters that I've played was heavily focused on Battlefield. I'm not a Call of Duty guy. Right. I'm a Battlefield guy. I'm a guy who was I can snipe you with a recon class from 176 yards away while keeping in mind that it's raining, it's windy. I'm lining you up properly.
That's right.
I don't play COD because the reasons. There should be no reason why I get hit in the kneecap with a tomahawk and it registers as a headshot. That's not fair. That's disgusting. Why? Why am I out of commission? Why are you able to do that on spawn? Why are you able to? Why on spawn? We're not putting into that. Moving forward. Anyway, the thing that really sold me on Destiny was the actual live action commercials. There was one commercial where what was his name? It was Giancarlo, the guy who played Gus in Breaking Bad. He was in one of the live action.
Giancarlo.
Giancarlo. Giancarlo Esposito. He was. There was a commercial that he was in for Destiny, and a lot of people don't remember this because of how long it was ago. Right? There was a commercial. This was before the alpha. This was before the beta. It was just promo, and he had a kid on his lap, and he was reading the kid a book about the Traveler. It didn't say anything about the Traveler. Said nothing about light. It was just he was just talking. He was just talking. I had no idea what he was talking about, but the commercial was like. I'm getting it. Whatever it is, I don't care. I don't care if it's a story about toilet paper. I'm getting it. I didn't care about anything about that because that's how captivating it was. And I remember the first time I sparked the conversation with Maru, I was like, bro, did you hear about Destiny? He's like, yeah, I heard about it, but I don't really know what it's about. I was like, bro, we gotta get it, bro. We gotta get it. He was like, I mean, is it that crazy? I'm like, bro, I don't know what it is, but it's Bungie. That was my only selling point. So that's honestly where it started. That's really where it started. And then everything else was just history after that because more content came out and promotional value. They started telling us more about it. I'll never forget, honestly, if I remember correctly, Maru, you could tell me if I'm wrong. Destiny, I don't know if it was Destiny 1 or Destiny 2. Probably Destiny 2, but there was a point where all of Times Square in New York City was completely covered in advertisement for Destiny. Like every billboard.
I think it was Destiny 2. I think I remember seeing Rise of Iron and the promos there for it. Right?
It was, and I'll never forget standing there and looking up at these monumental buildings in my city, in my home, and just seeing Guardians. I'm like, bro, this is This is different. this is different.
It's a little different, huh?
It's a little different. It's a little different. Just hits a little different. So
that's when
really
we had that Activision money.
Right.
Yeah. When they could buy Times Square.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's where I would have to say was where my gaming started, where it came from. So but before that, I mean, the Maru said that he competed in Killer Instinct. I competed in Dragon Ball Fighters, and I also competed in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom. And Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom was really where I spent, like, those are the fighting games, are the games that I can play consistently for hours and turn my brain off. Destiny is a game that I can play without any emotional like connection, but the games that really drive me are story-based games. But with Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I definitely like faced Evo champions and beat them in sets, because that's how much I played that game. It's unhealthy. It's really not, like, I tell people all the time, like, I used to get phone calls at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, wake me up out my sleep because my friends were getting bullied in lobbies on Xbox 360. It's like, yo, you gotta take this guy out, man. He's dogging us. I'm like, I'm really sleeping right now. Yeah, but he's dogging. All right, I'm coming. Fine.
You know what I wanted, and it never happened. I wanted Ultimate Ninja Storm to be in like more tournament heavy focus, because I love the Ninja Storm games, man.
Ninja Storm franchise is great.
Yeah.
If they took the Ninja Storm franchise and did it like, if they did that and did it like a 2D format, golden. They already set the bar for that. Dragon Ball Fighters is like the bar for anime fighting games. That's the bar. It works. Yeah. Period. No way you don't change it. Literally copy the format and just plug in, move on. We'll be happy. I promise.
Yeah, you know, the Ultimate Ninja Storm franchise is really kind of a Naruto version of the Budokai Tenkaichi series for Dragon Ball. It's kind of how I always felt about it. Really underrated, fun fighting games. And it bums me out that they never got the kind of the attention that I think the series really deserved. And can I just say, it makes me happy that we got some FGC representation here on the show. Nobody else who we usually have on here knows anything about fighting games, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy we got some boys here.
Playing Killer Instinct, it took Rico Suave, last year's champion, to take me out.
He faced Rico Suave.
He destroyed me, but you know, I can at least say, it took a champion from last year to take me out.
That's what it took.
It was years ago, but I beat Terry Bogard. It took years. It was years ago, but I beat Terry Bogard. And if you don't know who Terry Bogard is, Terry Bogard beat Justin Wong at Evo. So there's that.
Yeah, he did.
So there's that.
He took down Wong.
He wasn't playing either. He was. It wasn't easy. I was hanging my skin of my teeth. I was in there. I wasn't giving up. It was, oh God, I don't even want to remember that fight. That fight was
putting in work.
So much work.
Well, right on. That's so obviously really long, really rich histories of gaming here. And it always makes me smile to hear about people's histories with this medium that we all love so much. And especially when it comes to Destiny, because everybody's story with how they got started in Destiny is different. Everybody's got a crazy tale of how they got into this franchise. And now, 6 years on, we were right about to face the release of Destiny 2 Beyond Light. We've been seeing all kinds of new information and stuff. We got to see stasis and all that kind of stuff. This week, we got to see a trailer filled with some of the exotics we're going to be going after. I'm sure we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about that. And a lot of things in the game are going to be changing coming soon with the Destiny content vault and all that. So I guess maybe we'll steer the conversation over to Destiny 2 now. The state of the game as it is right now. How do you guys feel about it? What are you excited for when it comes to Beyond Light? Anybody can take it.
My reaction to the game, and it's funny because I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine who's like super competitive, and he told me, like, he's a PvP player, and I know that there's a lot of, I get it. I know we got a bad rap about us. I get it. I understand. I feel like the PvP community is the equivalent to like Dragon Ball Z fans. Because if you tell somebody you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, they immediately is like,
you're one of them guys.
You're one of those guys. There's no other anime better than Dragon Ball, right? Goku is the greatest.
A little ratchet with your anime, yeah.
Right. And it's like, all right. I get it. But honestly, again, and I was having a conversation with him. I don't the way that I feel about Destiny right now is 100% like face value. I accept it exactly for what it is. It's one of the only games in this industry, in the gaming industry right now, that is literally original. There's no comparison there's no comparison. And every other game that comes out that's even relatively close to a looter shooter is immediately compared to Destiny. So Destiny is by far still a heavy hitter in that aspect, and I accept it for exactly what it is. So if there's no content, there's no content. If I'm playing a PvP game and I'm getting thrashed because of Mountaintop, Maru, if I'm getting destroyed because of Mountaintop, or if I'm dying by a bunch of gnawing hungers, it'll change eventually, but I'm not gonna fret. I'm not gonna try. I'm a decent PvP player, so I would like to think so myself. So I'm gonna just play. I'm not gonna be stressed about it. In terms of what to be excited about, I'm excited for everything. New content is new content. We get to Hunters get Blink again. Titans get to transfer their whatever into an overshield, which is gonna be that's gonna be great. I don't play Titan, but yay, I can't wait to face those.
Do we call that a light blanket? Light blanket?
Nightlight blanket.
A weighted blanket? I don't know. Something.
Safety blanket.
Yeah. Space condom.
There we go.
It's a space condom. There you go. Condom. Always wrap it up. We stay strapped. I'm protected out here. That's right.
That's I'm excited for everything. And when it comes down to my experience with Destiny, I know there's a lot of like negativity that comes back and forth between the communities and the interactions and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, it's a new experience. It's a new experience. We're either gonna love it or we're gonna hate it. Whatever the case may be. Destiny's not gonna be around forever, so I'm not gonna waste my time or my breath hating on it. I'm gonna play the game that I spent 6 years playing in the first place. I'm just here to have fun. I'm gonna make content for it. That's it.
I dig that.
Yeah, I'm
about you, Mark?
Pretty much I would say I'm in the same boat as Nogi. I take Destiny for what it is. I'm not a developer, so I don't understand how everything works. But for me, the difference between me and Nogi is I'm more PvE than PvP. So all I really care about is that you have a good story and you have some cool, dope missions. That's what I'm most excited for. From a writing aspect, I just want to see a lot of storylines just started to get a little bit wrapped up here because I feel like they've been pulling the thread for a little too long now. And I just want to feel like a god. I just want to stop getting nerfed all the time. I want my supers to kill an ultra in one shot, and not throw 5 freaking flaming swords at this guy and he's still alive. I do think they need to kind of fix that, but it's hard when you have two communities in Destiny, whether anybody wants to admit it or not. You do have the PvE community and you have the PvP, and you can't satisfy everybody. Yeah. And I do think that, a large part of the reason why Destiny is in the position it's in, whether anybody wants to say or not, is because of us. I think Bungie has taken a lot of what a lot of people have wanted, and they try to add everything together, and you kind of have like what Destiny is right now. So we are not fully, but we are partly to blame for the reason why it is the way it is. But at the end of the day, I have fun with it. I still play the game. When it has its lulls of content, I actually enjoy that because it actually gives me time to play something else. Because if Destiny had the amount of content that everybody wants it to have, and being the way I am, I would always keep playing it. I'll never get to play anything else. So when it has this lulls, I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima, I'm playing Avengers, Genshin Impact. I'm super big into that right now. And I'm just playing all that stuff. So I don't mind when it goes into its lull, but it definitely does have its issues that it needs to be fixed. But Beyond Light, I already took off my week. I'm super excited for it. I'm always, the first couple of months, first 1 or 2 months of a new expansion, is the honeymoon period. So everybody's super happy. And then reality hits. Reality hits, and then we're like, wait, what? It's like they put us under a spell. They put us under a spell, and we're like, yeah, this is cool. And then kind of snap out of it. And we're like, wait, no, this is an issue.
Something's wrong here.
Yeah, something don't feel good.
Somebody lied.
But in terms of PvP, which I've been trying to play a little bit more, getting into like scrims and stuff. I do like that it has its metas. For a couple weeks, couple months, you have a meta of what's going on, but it's not always like that. It does change. We were in a sniping meta, we were in a shotgun meta, we were in a hand cannon. So every couple weeks, every couple months, it does change. So I don't mind it. But again, I'm not super big into PvP, so I do understand for people who consistently play and that's only their thing. They do get shunned a lot, and they do get the short end of the stick at the end of the day. Compared to everybody else. So, when it comes to PvE, we the only things we really complain about is either we need more strikes and more lore, but in terms of the gameplay, like, everything's playing perfectly fine the way it should. So
Right.
Unless you're a scout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, don't scouts, man. I thought when I got Randy's throwing knife, I was gonna be happy, and I was like, well, this is crap. And then I just moved back on to the next thing.
Then so you took the screws out of the plastic and you looked inside.
I was like, well, this is just a lie.
So you can hate Randy's throwing knife, but you just don't hate Mountaintop. You see no issues.
Why am I gonna hate a gun that lets me do whatever I want to people?
It's
there to be played. I'm gonna use it.
I was talking to somebody. I don't know. I think I was playing with Anubis, and Anubis had a friend that he was playing with, and his friend had like 1,000, 1,500, like 1,500 kills on a colony. And we asked him, he was like, "You're proud of that?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course I'm proud of it." And I'm like, "Why?" He was like, "Why am I going to aim a gun when the gun does it for me?" And I stopped, and I'm like, That was the realest Destiny point that I've ever heard. Why would I aim a gun when the gun does it for me?
Yeah.
There's no answer to that. Like, what do you say to that? Like,
I know what to say.
Right.
You're right.
I know. Yeah. You all make me sick. That's what I'm gonna say. You are all terrible people.
That gets them the Amish shine treatment. You ignore them. You shun them.
Rumspringer, whatever it's called. I guess.
Yeah.
Go away. Over it. Bam.
No, I think that's probably a fantastic way to look at things right now. You accept Destiny for what it is, and what it's got right now. Nogi, I think you made a great point in that we've had plenty of games that came out and tried to get into the ball field that Destiny is in, whether it's Anthem, The Division. Borderlands 3 just dropped a year ago. I don't know when the last time I played it was. Dan, I think you play it the most out of anybody here.
Yeah,
Destiny is still the standard. Yeah. Destiny's still the standard bearer when it comes to an efficient looter shooter experience. I think Paul Tassi described it as being like the World of Warcraft of looter shooters right now. And it's just, honestly, it is. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And it's mostly because they do it pretty well. They've had quite a lot of time to figure things out. And, not everything is perfect. Nothing ever is. But accepting the game for what it is right now, rather than banging your head against the wall, trying to force yourself to like something that you may not necessarily need to like right now, I think is the perfect way to look at it. And that's honestly how I feel about Destiny right now. There's nothing I'm really pursuing. I'm just taking it for what it is. When a new mission pops up, I jump in, I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to Beyond Light. I'll play all the new stuff, be excited about that. And then the moment I get bored, I'll go play something else. And that's okay.
Right.
I think that's actually, you just kind of hit on a good point there. Like, a lot of people, they just keep forcing themselves to play this game. And I'll hop in some streams and people are just like hitting their heads against the table. And in my head, I'm just like, I understand you have to cover it for your content. Mm-hmm. But if your stream is literally just you complaining about the game, if as a viewer, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna really want to sit here with the negativity. But you got to kind of accept it for it is, and I get it has issues. I'm not saying it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm just also saying don't just take a break. Don't stress yourself out. Like don't give yourself gray hairs from it.
Right. Like my thing is, and again, this is coming from the perspective of like the Destiny community, where I'm the PvP community, excuse me, where I'm interacting with a lot more of really talented and either higher up players or just people who are a part of the community whatsoever. My ultimate thing is that I genuinely just want to play. I don't have a problem with people being competitive. I don't have an issue with any type of competitive nature or wanting to get better at the game, but that's what scrims are for. Like, there are communities where you can do that. If you want to get better at the game and you want to be able to play at a specific, skill level, there's a healthier way to go about it than just hopping into quick play where everybody's just running amok.
Right.
And that's from the growing player perspective. When it comes down to people who are already ultimately good at the game and who are well-known content creators, like people like Hush, people like Cruiser, people like Frostbow, people like MTash. There's but so much content that you can put out as a PvP player.
Yeah.
God roll weapons, The next weapon is going to be whatever the case may be. You can only
Yeah.
do but so many reviews on a god roll. You can do but so many clips. You can do but so many montages. You can do but so many character builds. There's but so much that you can really consume and then fork out as a PvP player. And the same exact thing goes for PvE, if not maybe a little bit less, because once you get the system down, you don't really need chirpers. You don't really need, you don't need any groups or anything like that. You don't need any carries. All you gotta do is just get your team and explain it to everybody. Like you just explain it to everybody else, and everybody else will just eventually get it. So it's really just a situation to where, just like Maru said, you kind of have to stop trying to accept the game for trying to be something that it's not. Like the game is not supposed to really be understood. The game is just supposed to be experienced. I like the fact that I can snipe a flaming guardian flying through the sky at lightning speed. You know, like yesterday, I got into a crucible fight where I'm an arc strider. I run bottom tree arc, and top tree dawn comes into the play, and everything. And you could ask anybody. The moment I get into a super fight, it's an anime fight off grip. I'm screaming an anime fight, and I'm going in there. Whether I win or lose, I'm in there. I'm throwing hands. I'm throwing stuff, and I like the fact that it's not. It makes no sense. I like the fact that it makes no sense. It's not supposed to make no sense.
Yeah.
There should be a grenade that knocks me out of my incredibly super ability. Cool, because I have a bow staff that is inducted with lightning, and I can throw it at you.
It's Thor's hammer, but a giant bow staff.
This is right. Like none of this makes sense whatsoever. Why am I trying to fight it? That's not supposed to be understood. I'm not trying to find some logic behind any of this. It's space magic. It's
absolutely.
You know, I'm just trying to have fun.
Which leads to, we got some information about some new weapons that will be coming, new weapons and armor pieces that will be coming in Beyond Light.
Yeah.
So how much have you guys been paying attention to Destiny? Even if you're not playing it all that much.
Nope. I've been focused on Tsushima.
Gotcha.
Good game.
Petting those foxes. I got you. That's the way to live, man. That's the way to live.
Yes.
That's the most peaceful. That's peaceful and peace and tranquility right there.
If I could spend 45 minutes a day doing it, I would.
Yeah.
I've been even though I don't play as much, I still kind of keep up with everything. Definitely looking forward to the sniper rifle, Cloud Strike, and is it the gauntlets from the Warlock that they have the poison where if you melee poison
necrotic grip.
I'm a Warlock main, so that's my thing. So anything with Warlock, I'm into. So, but yeah, definitely looking into that, and that goes into one of the things where, like, for me, exotics they don't feel like exotics like they did in D1. You know, when you got exotic, that it changed the game. So I'm hoping these exotics kind of, I know people have to think about, it's gonna unbalance PvP, but I just want some cool stuff that's gonna like make me feel different. Because most of the days you get an exotic weapon, it's like, oh, what's different about it? What does it actually do that a legendary can't do? So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. I feel
definitely the Cloud Strike though. That sniper rifle looks sick.
Yeah. Cloud Strike looks great. I think all of the weapons that we've seen, I saw the trailers, but I think all of the weapons that we've seen thus far really makes it like the Thorn gauntlets. Yeah. That looks so good. That looks so good. I don't even play Warlock like that, but I'm just thinking of all of the goofy multi kills that's just gonna pop out of nowhere. Can you imagine running a Thorn with that?
You're literally the walking Black Plague.
You're pestilence. You're pestilence.
You're pestilence from Division 2, right?
You're just toxic everywhere. And it's great. It's the greatest thing in the world. And the Hunter Blink, like somebody said in chat that we get the Hunter Blink, but it's not a jump blink, but it's like it takes the place of your class ability. And I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, there was a game that did. Oh, that's right, Dishonored. Oh, I'm down for all of that. Oh. But like, I could definitely do it. Like, can I? And that also leads you to believe, like, can you? If that's the case, can you like? Will it register depending on where you're looking? Like, will it only be on a vertical plane, or if you look up in the sky and prop your class ability, will it prop you up? Like, can it take place of your jump if you use it properly? Like what? Like that, and that's the stuff that's playing in my head. So, the exotic armor, the weapons. like it just like Maru said, it really is starting to feel exactly how it was back in D1, because I remember getting the Ghost Edition. I still have, by the way, if you have your Ghost Edition, never get rid of it, because that's the only Dinklebot that you'll ever have for the course of this entire franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have the Dinklebot, but I remember in the Ghost Edition for D1, you had a book that shows you all of like the art scripting weapons that were in the game. I had no idea. The first time I saw the last word was in the book, and when I got it in game, I'm like, oh, fuck. Like I was losing it, and I didn't take it off. I'm sorry, but I definitely finished. I finished the Vault of Glass with the last word and a sniper.
Yeah, the last word stayed on.
It stayed on. Don't
permanent glued.
Don't make that face at me. TBL. Don't make that.
I know what you're talking about.
No judgment.
That's not nice. That's not nice. But that was definitely me. Everyone was like, "Wait, why are we not doing enough DPS?"
I'm fanning as hard as I can.
Somebody not dropping enough orbs. I know that much.
I'm right up on it.
That's what I'm talking about, though, Nogi. Like that reaction you had when you first got last word. Like I feel like I lost that. I don't get that anymore. Like things come out, and I'm just like, oh, okay, put it into my vault. Go on to the next thing.
It's not there no more. We don't have it. That's not that excitement. Nothing. Everything feels equal level now. I don't even use exotics in my weapon loadout, whether I'm doing PvE or PvP. And the only time you're using an exotic is if it lowers the kill time. If it lowers the kill time, that's the first day. Wither Horde, Mountaintop, like all of that. And that's another thing. And that's not even a PvP problem. That's a PvE problem. When you're not even playing PvE to enjoy what you're experiencing, you're trying to get through it as fast as you can. You're not even playing strikes because you like it. You're playing strikes because you're trying to farm materials, and the only thing you're using is whatever it is. You're trying to get through the strike as fast as possible. You're not trying to explore. You're not trying to learn anything. You're not trying to experience something new. You're not trying to do nothing. I know how to do it. I'm going to get through it. That's it. No raid. Nothing. There's nothing. It's not like the Vault of Glass when the Vault of Glass first came out. And to be quite honest, my point of view on the Vault of Glass is that it's never going to be topped. There's never going to be an experience, because the first time that they dropped that raid, there was no and that's unfortunate. None. That's unfortunate because people are demanding lore, but there's a way to go about it at the same time, because there was no information about the Vault of Glass. There was no explanation. There was nothing. They dropped it on the top of our heads and said, "You want best loot? This is where to find it." And then they just let us roam. That's why it was so crazy to us. That's why, because we had no idea what we were doing. And then when we figured it out, I'll never forget the first time I saw the Vault of Glass cloak on another hunter.
Yep.
It looked like it looked like a belt zipper. What is this? What is that? I want it. I don't know what it is. Why is this person in all white? Is that an all white shader? Why do you look like snow? I was mesmerized for color and a design. And I was freaking out about it for no reason whatsoever. They don't have that now. Every raid comes from an explanation. It comes from a situation. It's the conclusion to a storyline. So it's like
it has a date also, so we know when it's coming out.
So we know when it's coming. Yeah. They're handing it to us. You know what I'm saying? It feels like every raid feels like the conclusion to a storyline that was just started in the expansion. So every expansion has a beginning, a middle, and an end. But the raids should have a bit more than that, because they're supposed to be the hardest. They're supposed to be the hardest activities. The gear should already be new. The experiences and the mechanics should already be new every single time. And it should have more. It shouldn't feel like the end of a situation. Yeah. It should feel like I'm trying to think.
I think
it should feel like an episode that has a to be continued after it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that. Go ahead.
I think the dungeons took that place. The dungeons definitely start filling in that void of mystery, whereas like if you see the raids as a continuation of the story, the dungeons are the bottle episode. That's where like
like
you're
the
able
filler.
to go. Yeah, he said it. It's in the name. But yeah, those are the self-contained stories that seem to be that bring about that mystery, that bring about that exploration, that bring about. Look at Prophecy. It just dropped. They just dropped it one day.
Yeah,
right.
And
that was cool.
It is available for you to go play. Go have fun.
Right.
That if we had more raids that did that, it would be interesting.
Agreed.
But then you have everybody from the lore community that's like, well, this doesn't, but it doesn't do anything.
I got that. And I feel like in that situation, it could be a scenario to where, and again, I'm not a developer, so I don't really know how to like solve or fix problems like that, because there's a lot of things at play, right? There's resources, there's timing, there's a lot that comes at play when it comes out to actually creating content specifically for a game. So again, I'm not a developer, so all I'm saying is just ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's another part of the Destiny community that really needs to, like, you're not a developer. Relax.
Yes.
You don't know what you
Oh yeah.
All you have is an idea. That don't mean that it.
100%.
Shut up. Keep it to yourself.
Show me the code and then we'll put it in.
Right. Oh, that's a good comeback. But even now, if it comes to situations where it's like there's, you have the dungeons, which is like the filler episodes. You have the raids, which are like the season finale episodes. Mm-hmm. The missions should really be, a part of the season, but the missions don't really do much. You, like, for instance, you look at Forsaken was a fantastic example as to that, right? Because the end of the Forsaken campaign, you got your conclusion.
Yeah.
The raid was about what happened after, why everything that was happening to Aldrin was happening to Aldrin. But the space in between the two, you were only dealing with the blinding well, and then you saw the environment shift as the weeks went on, but then it reset.
Right.
It would have been great if I saw all those little black balls covering the sky and there was no sunlight. I would have don't reset it. Bring more damage. I want to see hell on earth. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to walk through Dante's Inferno, for Christ's sakes. Let's get it on. I'm trying to see everything. I want to blow up. I want to.
When they did the whole Forsaken thing, I feel like that was the best example of live service game where people beat the raid and then what the hell's the place called? Dream City opened up for everybody, and it was just like a whole new part of the story was unlocked. I felt like it was Avengers Endgame, and we saw, like, not Endgame specifically, but like a Marvel movie. The credits rolled, and we're like, okay, cool, and then we see another scene, and we're like, wait, what?
Something
And there's like a whole bunch of new stuff open. But real quick, I think the reason why it's difficult this day to do this is because, and this is our fault as players, is that when Destiny gets content release, our main goal is to get to the highest new light level and get everything possible. And we're just grinding everything out. We're trying to do everything in the first couple of days, and we're not even really enjoying it. We're not enjoying the raid.
Yeah.
We know we're watching Worlds first. We just want to get all the stuff and then be done with it. And we didn't do that in Destiny 1 because we didn't know about that. We didn't know about maximizing builds. We didn't know about getting the perfect rolls. We were just like, let's just play the game. Let's explore. But we don't explore nobody and nothing anymore. We don't explore anything. Everything's data mined before the freaking game comes out. And it's just like, okay, this is what I need to do to maximize. I have 100 bounties already set. I'm going to be this, and I'm going to be done day 2. And then I'm going to be day 3 on Reddit saying that I hate this game because there's no content.
Because there's nothing there for you to do.
The consumption level, once every expansion comes out, the consumption level is dramatic because we're and then they complain, and it's such a backhanded complaint because they'll say that there's not enough content, and then they'll just scarf down the content that comes our way. They'll no life it, and then they'll finish everything and complete everything, and then they starve themselves. So it's like it's impossible to do that because this has kind of gotten to the point. It's gotten to the point where it's natural now, like it's a part of the ecosystem of the franchise. So it's not even a scenario to where we could even complain about it anymore. I'm not even complaining about the fact that we don't have content because I already know what's going to happen. The expansion's going to come within the first 2 weeks. We're going to see 1,000. This YouTuber is going to get 100,000 subs because his videos are coming out day after day after day after day. And that's going to be the exact same thing for every other YouTuber. And every stream is going to be there. And then we're going to find a new thing. And then Glad is going to get he going to be up there because he's going to find some weird, rambunctious thing to discover. And then he's going to get knowledge. And then Brome is going to get it. And like everyone is going to get their usual when the content drops. Everyone's life is going to get the usual expansion release vibe.
Yeah.
And then it's going to die down. And then once it dies down, just like Maru said, there's nothing there. So that's why, just like Maru said, he's been spot on this entire conversation. Once it dies down, play another game. Don't get mad that the developers aren't dropping it. Play another game. I'm very excited for the content.
There you go.
it takes more time for them to develop content than it is for us to consume it. It takes a year or more to build this content for that drops in a month, and then we're done with it in 3 weeks. That's why they kind of time gate some stuff, because they know if they give us everything, we'll be done with it in the first week, and then they'll hear nothing but complaints from us. You know, the Bungie devs and the Bungie community managers, I bless their souls, because they have a very difficult job, especially because they're so transparent with everything.
Yeah.
If you go to a lot of these companies, they're not doing that. You know, you barely have community managers even talking, but these guys are in the forefront. They're telling you every single thing every week of what's going on, but we just like demand more and more and more. And honestly, you know, I'm not trying to like bash the community, but I do think we are a little selfish, a little
community.
Yeah, a little
privileged, entitled.
Yeah, there you go, entitled.
Yes.
Exactly. Say more. Keep going.
I'm bitching. No, I'm just saying.
So you guys have read the Reddit lately?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree 100% with what he's saying. And coming from my standpoint, I've had conversations with DMG, I've had conversations with Cosmo, I've had conversations with the devs. I've been there. I've spoken to them. I was at Bungie. I watched in the midst of all of this happening when they had, you know, released the community summit. I went there, and the amount of people that were sitting at their desks, like that wasn't like the VOD for Forsaken. Usually, you know, when they showed like the actual location, they showed all of the people sitting. That's real. That's not something that's not something that they did for the VOD. That the amount of people that were sitting at their desks while I was there was phenomenal. So I'm not gonna bash any dev whatsoever. It's 100%. 100%. Yeah, there's stuff. The devs are doing trial and error because the game is still a game that's original. It's still something that's never been done before. So they're still trying to figure it out, even 6 years later. They're still trying to figure out what works and how to go about it, and so on and so forth, and how to give us new experiences and blah, 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 blah. However, relax. Like we gotta relax. We gotta relax. I'm very excited for the content, but what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna scarf it all down. I'm gonna play it bit by bit. I'm gonna enjoy it the way it's supposed to be enjoyed. I'm not gonna, as a content creator, it's not healthy for my channel to do that. To run in and try to find everybody's trying to be number one. They're trying to find, because if I find it first, I'm put on. Nah, relax.
That's the real race, because you have world's first in raid race, but really it's world's first in YouTube videos that have come out. That's really what it is.
Find the next gyro weapon that shifts the meta. Let me find the next dire promise. It's over. It's over. It's over. I don't want to say anyway, never nobody. Yeah. At that point, I'm making go, everybody, don't talk to me.
I feel so. Yeah, there's definitely something about like content on release where it becomes like the how-to videos, and then the back end of a release, you have like what I would call the philosophy of Destiny videos, where it's more about the build, more about like what you could be doing to min max in that space. And this season we've seen a lot of that, like a lot of but also a lot of filler. A lot of filler.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I don't, you know, for me, like in terms of content creation, I feel like so many people already do that. So there's more people who try and get that space, but I feel like the space is already filled, and the people who are going to do it are going to do it. So you know, and the same thing with streaming, like there's so many people that shouldn't be doing it. And I know that's kind of harsh to say, but it's just like the space is filled. Like you're not really contributing anything other than repeating what somebody else had just said already. And that goes to like when you want to be a content creator, you know, I always say you either have to be first, you have to be different, or you have to do something that's really super unique and have a twist on it.
It's crazy because I said that to him like 4 years ago, and he was like, "Oh, that makes sense," and now he's repeating it. So yeah.
I don't recall, Your Honor.
That's right.
Yeah, of course you don't. I said it. I remember exactly how I said it because I know where I got it from. I got it from my boss. Thank you, Dennis. You have to either do it. Yeah, it's the truth. He said you either have to do it first or you got to do it best.
Yep.
I didn't say that though. I said you got to be first, you got to be different, or you got to be unique. That's what I said.
Being different. What's the difference between being different and being unique?
Because being unique has like a certain twist on it. Listen, we can fight off stream right now. Load up some Mortal Kombat and go at it.
She came down in a bubble, dog. You want to go?
But no, yeah, it's honestly like it's a race to get out that video, and it's just like, are you even enjoying the game at that point? If you're just racing to get a video out, you're not. Yeah. And you know, I get it. That's your job. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
But for me, like yeah, I can't do that because then it taints Destiny for me. If I'm thinking like Destiny is my monetization, I had to make this video to make this money. That's gonna completely kill the game for me. So that's why for me, I just like I stream the game, I have fun with my community, and that's pretty much it. I'm not in the world for us to get the video out.
100%, 100%.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably the best way to look at it because you're right. Yeah, oftentimes when it comes to content creation like this, especially if you're in the YouTube game, where there are so many people trying to, fight for the same fish, as it were, trying to get their video out first to show an exotic guide or all that kind of stuff, or a build for, a new weapon or exotic or something like that. And a lot of the times when you do that, you're absolutely right, Maru. It becomes a job. And when it becomes a job, it's no longer a hobby. And a lot of the times when it's no longer a hobby, it's no longer fun. You find yourself stressing about getting a video out before somebody else, or else, you feel like you're not getting your time's worth out of it. You shouldn't let yourself fall into that. That's
a 10-minute video for a 1-minute answer. Also,
yeah. Oh my gosh, we're not gonna talk about that.
6 minutes of it is
a lot of people.
Legends.
Yeah. Hey guys, Raid Shadow Legends here, and my name is Maru. We're gonna talk about a whole bunch of other crap, and then at the last, probably 5 seconds, somewhere in the video, I'm gonna give you
the actual information.
I know I made that joke, but I shout out to Raid Shadow Legends because they paying a lot of content creators.
They give it money.
Yeah. The game is fun. I play it.
They paying a lot of content creators. I can't be mad at it. I was like, all right.
I will never dunk on anybody for a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. That's money. You look at me and tell me you wouldn't take that money.
Squarespace, Raid Shadow
Make
Legends,
your bread.
We're open for talks.
Yeah. 100%. I will show
guys, this is before I get into this video, I would like to let you know about Raid Shadow Legends.
Shadow Legends.
He buy groceries today.
His bill is paid
I can go
time.
get that non-stale bread. That Publix brand deli bread? Absolutely. I'll take the sponsorship 100%.
It's
the tail bread without the mold? What?
Oh, we got electricity on tonight.
Oh man.
Who wants hot water?
100%.
So just to real quickly kind of start moving at a clip. Has anybody played any Festival of Lost? Anybody had any experiences with it this week?
Nope.
I'll be honest. I jumped on. I played one, and I was like, okay. And then I jumped on and started playing Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be something different. I know there's some
Yeah.
rumors that you might get Hawk Moon if you do some stuff, but it's just like I'm playing content I've already played again. I have no wish to play this. For people
It's
who want to play
definitely a little
cool, for
boring.
me, again, I'm just playing my other games. No, I have
Right.
no want
Yeah.
to play it.
Same. Basically the same for me.
I started doing stuff on Tuesday with Bibble and Jaden. We made it through the interference story mission. That was really awesome. Went through I think 9 together, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play some Hades. Thank you guys for watching, but I'm
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done this for 2 years.
And
There's
it
no
really
incentive.
drags on.
There's no
Yeah.
incentive to play. And then from what I heard with the drops for the ciphers, I heard that was like a crap show. So
Yeah.
I'm not
They're not
I'm not
now.
interested in no RNG.
It's better
guys.
now. Yeah.
It's better now.
Right.
They've increased it to I think you get 2 just
Whenever you happen to get a drop, it'll drop 2 now rather than dropping 1, and they have up the frequency at which they drop. Because at the beginning of the week, it was pretty bad. Like you had to run a lot of activities to get one of those things, and I think you need to go through like 55 of them at least to start getting some of the masks or to get some of the triumphs completed. It's ridiculous. And I played a little bit. I did a couple of runs of the Haunted Forest. I spammed daily heroic story missions to get some cipher decoders, and eventually I just why am I doing this? I don't have a reason to do this. And then I went and played Monster Hunter World and had a much better time.
That's the thing. That's what happens to me when I'm playing Destiny. When that question pops up in my head, like, why am I doing this? That's when I actually take a step back and I'm like, I'm not even having fun with this. And then that's when I just turn it off and go do something else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World. That's an amazing game. That's a good game.
Monster Hunter. I had to play Monster Hunter World when the last time I played Monster Hunter World, and don't hate me for this. Because the last time I played Monster Hunter World was when they had the Devil May Cry update, and then I never played it again. I got my rebellion, I got my trench coat, and I got my wig, and I walked away.
You know what? That's acceptable. As a fellow DMC fan, that's acceptable. We'll take that in.
Content.
100%.
You got your content.
You got it.
That's it.
Got what you needed.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Once after that, I'm like, all right, I don't need to do no more. I'm good. I'm satisfied. Everything else is good. Oh, there's a new monster? Don't care.
I got my
Will it
Vega.
give-
I'm good.
If it gives me a Yamato, I'm in there. If it don't, I'm
Out.
okay.
So yeah, it's festivals. It's okay, I guess, as a Halloween event. It's boring. You don't really have much reason to run the Haunted Forest unless you're trying to get all the triumphs done. There's no reason because you're not getting any real rewards from the chest at the end. They've got the horror story and the Braytech werewolf. Once you've gotten one or two of those, you don't need to run it anymore, and there's no real incentive to do it. So, I'm pretty much done with it for now. Unless
for people who haven't got to play. Yeah, for people who haven't got to play, it's a cool thing. But I've been doing this for a couple of years already. I got my stuff. I don't really care too much for triumphs. If triumphs, started unlocking more stuff like different shaders or different like emblems or something, maybe. Mm-hmm. But even then, it's just like don't really need it.
The other thing I want is the hunter ornament for the mask.
Yeah.
I could just buy that. So
yeah, that's Bright Dust.
That's right.
Bright Dust. You can buy it.
And that's it.
I don't even want to. It's not that serious, and I don't really need that ornament either. It's cool. It look great, but it ain't that deep. So I'm not going.
Grind for it.
I ain't gonna
not
go
worth
grind. No. Beyond Light is when? I'll wait.
Yeah,
wait for that.
29. I think it's 29 days from now.
Is that right? Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, listen.
It's so serious. I haven't even pre-ordered Beyond Light yet. Yeah, I said it.
Same. I haven't either.
I haven't pre-ordered it. I ain't get the collector's edition.
Something that's digital.
Yep, that's a good.
Wait till the morning of.
I was not. I got the last collector's edition I got was from D2, and I got the Stranger's bag, and I still got it with me, and I don't use it for nothing. It's just there.
Yep.
I would love the Stranger's rifle. The Stranger's the figure.
Yeah.
Do I need it though? No.
Do you need it? That's the real question. Do you need it?
Do I need it? No. It's not Vegeta. Why do I need it? I don't need it. It's not Vegeta. I don't want it. I only want Vegeta and Spider-Man figures. That's it. And I got mine right here. That's my favorite. That was not manly in any way.
That noise it made, yeah. Let me see. Hold on, let me see mine. We should just make those. That's gonna be my new Twitch. My new Twitch notification.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
Is this the new ASMR? You just jiggle your bubble heads?
Hold on. 5 seconds. Do it real quick. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna send that to you guys as MP3s when I edit the epised tomorrow. So you guys, I got you covered.
Freaking children.
That's good.
So
I'm an adult. I promise.
I have bills to pay. I swear.
I do. I pay my rent on time. Oh my god.
We also found out this week a little bit more about the new light experience. Starting on November 10th, players will start the same way that most of us all have. This is directly from the TWAB. A ghost will be on the hunt for their guardian. They'll stumble their way upon you, and they'll revive you for the first time. What's different now is that you won't immediately find a ship. Rather, you'll stumble into another guardian in the wild. Shaw Han is his name, and he's on a mission with his fire team to investigate what the Hive are up to in the Cosmodrome. He'll show you the ropes and help you find your way among the gameplay and systems of Destiny 2.
Question. Yeah, I guess going through this really quickly, I'm glad they're doing it. It's not going to mean much to veteran players out there, but I am glad that they're revamping the new light experience for new players. I talked about this on earlier in the week. A buddy of mine who stopped playing Destiny 2 like back in Warmind. So he was coming in and playing through Forsaken and all of that kind of stuff for the first time, and he decided to make a new character. And the way it worked, at least it's working right now up until Beyond Light, is you go through that initial mission in the Cosmodrome, and then it just throws you into the tower, doesn't tell you anything else to do. Like, you have no idea where to go to do the Red War story, the Forsaken story, the Shadowkeep story. It doesn't give you any kind of hint. he was completely confused as to where he was supposed to go to start earning loot, leveling up, any of that kind of stuff. It was an awful new player experience. So I'm glad that Bungie is revamping that for Beyond Light and making it a bit more streamlined, actually telling people how to use their class, their abilities, their sparrows, all that kind of stuff, and where to go if they want to play through some of the previous stories that have been offered in the game. Really happy about that. I think it's a good change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you put the game out there for, free to play and you give people a horrible experience in the beginning, like I didn't expect a lot of people to come back. So I'm glad, like, at least going forward, they're giving players some, because you got to give some people some kind of, direction.
Some kind of direction.
Especially in Destiny, you can't just drop them into the world. The tower's on fire. You got this blue dude telling you to do stuff, and it's just like, what?
What?
What is a tower?
Yeah.
So how is EDZ? I'm supposed to go where?
So,
why Venus? What is that?
I have kind of a spinfoil hat theory based on this. I think Shawhan might be Uldren. And if I'm right, it would change his outlook, or it would change a new player's outlook on the character as opposed to a veteran player's outlook on the
You think Shawhan is Uldren?
Because
don't they show his face?
No, he's got a helmet on.
And in the lore, he always wears a helmet because he's when he's not, other guardians treat him poorly. So
right, that's in the lore. Yeah, you're right about that. And also, I'm thinking about the picture. He's got that same weird awoken symbol that Uldren has on his armor, on his shoulder piece. So that could be it.
We get to actually play. Even if you've already played the game, apparently, we actually get to play the mission as a new light player. So we get to experience it too.
Yeah.
So if you're a veteran, you want to go through it.
That would be cool.
I'm a shooter.
I would dig that.
Just right out the gate. Just right out the gate.
My name is Shut the Fuck Down. Where the hell you are, you bastard? Take your helmet off. Take your helmet off. Take your helmet. We in space. I don't care. Take your helmet off.
Oh my god.
That would be cool though. Because
I dig it.
I would like that.
I don't know. Granted, I've seen the thing, but I would. I really would like. It's no. It works. It's just I kind of want to see like the in between points of that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's so much that can happen revolving specifically around Uldren. For one, he killed Cade. He has to be the Hunter Vanguard because of the fact that he killed Cade. That's number one. Number two, that immediately throws the entire Vanguard in a loop, which will ultimately draw lines between what's right, what's wrong. Ikora is already feeling away because of what she sees about the pyramids. Zavala is a paper bag. He's doing whatever. So it's like
right now. He's real sad right now.
Zavala, Jesus Christ. He's you know what I'm saying, he's doing his thing, whatever it is he's doing. So it's like there's so much story behind that, and seeing Uldren in the tower would rub so many people wrong. Like it would be so good to just can you imagine having to have an actual mission and you gotta really walk up to Uldren while he's in the hangar next to Amanda Holiday, looking at him like the piece of shit that he is. You just look.
I like it. I dig that.
So I'm excited to have the EDZ back. I don't know. I saw like a side-by-side comparison from D1 to D2, and they did like a complete beautiful rework of everything.
Yeah.
So,
it looks great.
I'm excited to go back. I just,
Oh, absolutely.
I know it's something small, but I just want the tower to be fixed already. I feel like it's been a couple of years.
Right?
And I'm tired of looking at the fire thing. But I am excited for the EDZ. I'm excited because that's, who we all remember our first experience in waking up and going through the wall and everything like that. So to be able to go down there and experience it again, I think it's gonna be super dope. Especially like for us being new players and then taking old players and taking new players through that and be like, yeah, this is cool. Let me go show you this cool spot. And we're still gonna figure out find some new things. I heard there's gonna be new lost sectors and stuff like that we haven't seen before. So I'm excited.
Is two things. One, make exotics a upgradable again.
Oh,
Make us work for the exotic perk.
Make everything upgradable.
Make everything
I would love
upgradable.
to upgrade. My
I
weapons.
loved having an exotic that wasn't an exotic until I made it an exotic. Just do me a favor. And this
Sarcasm.
don't take oh I hated that guy. You know how long it took for me to get one of that damn white weapon? Oh my god.
Yep.
Why would you bring that up? No, anyway. Just in the midst of all of that, just don't make me farm for spin metal again, because that was I could have progressed in my life so much with the amount of time that I spent farming spin metal.
PhD.
I could have my doctrines already. Looking for spin metal. Damn, like the amount of time I'm ranting. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm excited.
Probably gonna
I'm
happen.
excited to go back to EDZ. I can't wait to go back and
Yeah,
see what's changed and figure out some new secrets and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, same here. Real excited about the entire Cosmodrome making its return here in Destiny 2. Sans Plague Lands, by the way. Glad Bungie went ahead and got ahead of that. The Plague Lands, which were introduced in Rise of Iron, will not be featured. It's going to be the classic Cosmodrome. There will be some new areas that they've added in, like lost sectors and stuff like that. For the most part, it's going to be the Cosmodrome you know and love from the original Destiny. And I could not be happier. I love that public space and can't wait to get back to it.
Agreed.
I guess before we get on to audience questions, we did have a section about the news with mods and all that kind of stuff. We're not going to go through all of it. But you talked a bit about right there, upgrading exotics like we used to have to do. Well, we do know of one upgrade that exotics are going to be getting with Beyond Light, and that is in the mod slots. Right now, you can't equip seasonal mods to exotic armor. That's one big thing that's going to be changing with Beyond Light, meaning you're going to be able to use stuff like Charged with Light or Warmind Cell mods and stuff like that with your exotic armor, which is pretty good. That's pretty good if you ask me. There's a lot of synergy that can be built there with, like, what is that Titan chest piece right now? Severance Enclosure? Something like that. You can mix that in with some Charged with Light Arc mods and some of the nonsense that you can do with those.
Christ.
And oh my gosh, I'm sitting here thinking about the combination of Traveler's Chosen with Middle Tree for Arc Warlocks. The feedback loop you can get there with infinite melees, and mixing that with something like a Necrotic Grip with next season. So you're going to have infinite poison melees you're going to be able to shoot all across the battlefield.
This guy's trying to break the game before it comes out.
Yeah,
100%. I'm super happy to hear that that exotics are finally going to get mods. It's good stuff.
That build gave me gas. That build.
And I'm about to give it to everybody else too.
Oh my god! What is he?
Everybody gonna catch a whiff of this.
He just got a melee 7th column. What the hell?
Why does it smell like kimchi? The Crucible smelling like kimchi all of a sudden. That's me. Necrotic Grip.
But no, in terms of mods, I don't really have too, like, I'm not on either side. I do like the fact that they're making those like anti-taken mods and all that stuff, taking it out of Gambit, because you know, like I said in the 12, the haves or have-nots. Like if you didn't have that, your team was gonna get demolished. So I just like that they're making it more balanced. But I'm glad that they're upping up the hand cannon ones and pretty much all of them to make it more. Yeah. So you don't have to always do a double stack on them. Actually create some rarity instead of focusing on one. So definitely cool.
The change to energy synergy as well, where it's like you don't have to have them. You don't have to have, like, I think it's shotguns had arc, right? It's like now you can just slam that shotgun mod on any piece of armor that you have, regardless.
Yeah.
I think we complained about that day one when that first started.
Absolutely.
It's like,
why would you do this?
Yeah.
Why would you do this at all? Yeah. Super glad that that mods are going to be, at least those combat mods are going to be energy agnostic now. You can just put them on whatever you want. Yeah. That's the way it should have been from day one.
100%.
Very happy about that change. Good quality of life change in there. Again, you've already mentioned the fact that they're deprecating enhanced mods like enhanced hand cannon loader or shotgun loader and stuff like that, and they're just making the base versions of those mods as good as the enhanced ones. That's, I think, going to clean up the inventory a little bit, which is always appreciated here in Destiny. Some good stuff there. I like it.
Yeah,
100%.
Shout out to former guest Pigeon for making movie of the week this week.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your new emblem.
Super
Good
dope.
on him.
Congratulations.
And our buddy Ian Pesty, he got featured by Bungie too. I think he had an interview with them this week.
It's
Oh,
all
yeah.
coming up
I think I
Millhouse.
saw
man.
that earlier.
It's all coming up Millhouse. Good dude. I like that guy.
Yeah. So that's
But
it
other
for the
than that,
news.
is that all the news we had? Well,
It's all
right
fit to
on. Let's
print.
move on into some. Let's get on into some audience questions before we close things out here.
Okay.
Cool.
We have 4 audience questions, so strap in. Butt Coffee asks, if we encounter Varix during the Beyond Light storyline, would you rather he be an ally again or a new enemy?
Wait. Repeat the question again.
So, when we meet Varix in the game, would we want him to be an ally or a new enemy?
I want an enemy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the reason. He's part of the reason why Kate is dead. So yeah, I want to kill him.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why Kate is dead. He's the reason I was in the he's the reason I was in the prison of elders.
He mad sus.
It's his fault I was in the prison of elders. Nah, kill him. I don't shoot him.
Yeah.
He's an enemy.
Yeah, enemy. Well, he could be an ally, but give me the ability to kill him. I don't care what side he's on. Just let me kill him.
I don't want nothing out of
the
it.
story at Forks.
Yeah.
I had to face Skolas because of this asshole. No.
On Solar Week.
Fight me. Fight me.
Yeah.
Fight me.
Bring him onto the dreadnought and then vote him out and kick him into space.
Nah, I want to go. No, you stay there. You stay home. You get comfortable. I'm coming to you. This is personal. I'm making a trip. No, you enjoy yourself. I'm coming here to stomp you out.
No, but in terms of story, I would like for him to be the enemy. We've had him enough as an ally. He's already been shady enough. So story wise, it makes sense that he would be if not the main enemy, but at least one of the head things we got to kind of go after.
The only time that I think the only way that he could be an ally, at least in my point of view, is if he's actually like benefiting what has to happen. If I have a choice about what has to happen, no, he's out. But if I gotta work for a good damn reason, that's my point.
Yeah.
Honestly.
What about UTBL?
I mean, they showed him off in the trailer we got for Beyond Light, so it's pretty obvious, he's going to be a part of the story there. And as he's talking to you in the trailer, he's talking as an ally. So I'm assuming they're going to go that way. I'm wondering if they're going to cop out on the lore of him letting out, the Barons and Aldrin and be like, oh no, that wasn't him. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Wasn't
it was
me.
the servitor. It was the servitor that has his voice.
Yeah. Servitor opened up the prison. Wasn't me.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Barons all
Pulls
went
straight
free.
up Shaggy
It wasn't
defense.
me. Just Shaggy. It wasn't me.
See?
I'm sitting there banging on the bathroom door. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Shoot him. Shoot that thing in his face now. Sorry.
You're fine. Gray Fox King of Questions asks, what the final interference mission wrapped up, and how with the final interference mission wrapped up, and now with the wind down to Beyond Light, who would be the best person handing out full bars of candy in the tower? What kind would you want?
Oh, Saint 14, 100%.
Saint 14?
Wow, yeah, that's a good answer.
No question. As soon as he hears that we're handing things out to people, he would volunteer for duty to be at the front of the tower, not handing out candy, shoving it into your mouth. Just
chocolate boons. He's handing out chocolate boons.
Perfect.
Wrapped in like little gold foil.
I would say the Colonel.
Yeah.
Let him do something. Just walk around with like a bucket of candy around his.
Okay,
and just
hold
start
on.
pecking around.
I don't like how this fits with you being somebody who doesn't finish chicken wings.
That's why it's unfinished, so he'll be okay. He'll survive.
He'll be safe because you won't finish him off.
You won't finish.
Yeah.
I hate it. This makes me sick. I hate it here. I want to go home. God. I don't have an answer. Because I don't think I want candy from anybody.
Yeah.
Saint 14 is too violent. Ikora is too in her bag. Zavala is just dumb. I don't want.
801 seems like
She's rude. Hell no.
Really?
Oh, you went
See, I don't know.
801?
I just
She
finished blacksmith. I did the obsidian
Yes.
oscillator
Yeah.
last. So like
We
she,
Gave
Dan's
our
been-
memories back.
Dan's been spending a
thanked
lot of
me.
time with her, so
Yeah, she thanked
What do
me.
you have to go
She
through,
seems
though?
nice now. She's got the shimmer thing going. So I
Nice now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I didn't do nothing to you. Hi. My name is Doug. Are you a guardian?
Yeah.
Leave.
Yeah. Get out. Oh, wait. Hold
Damn.
on. Wait. This started off on the wrong foot. Wait, this is what I wanted. No, get out. You caused so much. I didn't even do nothing, bro.
I didn't do nothing.
I didn't even do nothing. What is going on? Oh, now you
Yeah,
want my
Ada's-
weapon? They told me I needed your weapon.
I just wanted the title. I just
Ada's
wanted the
mean.
title.
She's mean until you get that oscillator to her. Then she changes around and softens
Ada's
up.
mean
And
as
like,
hell. Like I
she mean.
there's nobody. There's honestly the only person that would be good at handing out candy would be Cade, because there'd be a little bit of liquor
He's dead.
in every single. Exactly, there'd be a
Yeah.
little bit of liquor in all of his candy. His candy would be spiked.
Oh man, I
He's
had
the only
some bourbon
one.
fudge one time at work. That was a day.
It was good,
Bourbon
right?
fudge.
That was a
Tell you,
good
man.
day at work. That's what he asks. Other than the most loved exotics from Destiny 1, what's a semi-useless exotic that you liked a lot that you'd want back with a different perk? Personally, I like Alchemist Radiant.
What's
the
that?
Alchemist Raiment. It's a warlock chess piece. I think it did something when you like dropped a rift. I don't even remember. I just remember the
Yeah,
name of it.
it does
what it looked
nothing.
like.
It does
But
not-
yeah,
from
Not-
D1 or just in general.
In general,
I would say just in general.
general?
She said D1.
what's that?
but
What's those gauntlets? If it's D1, I don't have an answer. But if it's D2, those gauntlets, the flux gauntlets, if you
Mhm.
use your class ability, it helps everybody else get their abilities when you use your class ability with the
Yeah.
stupid, completely dumb.
right.
No reason for it whatsoever. Dumbest thing I've ever seen, and it's ugly.
I would like Touch of Malice.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I mean, no, you only really
Absolutely.
used it during the raid.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was only for one. It was only for one raid. But
Yeah.
if it had another perk,
If it had another perk, it was a cool looking weapon.
it was
So
a
it,
cool
sto-
weapon.
it stole from your life to give damage.
Yeah.
Give
What if there
damage,
was like
yeah.
a cycling like factor? Like for every amount of damage you did, it rejuvenated a little bit more life force. So it's just
I
like
give
Every,
it-
or every kill, maybe every kill kind of brings
Yeah,
back
every
a little bit
kill.
of life.
Restores your HP. That'd be cool.
Not only every kill, but every every precision kill, because
Yeah.
because if it's damage, crit shots would mean more, which means that if you're doing precision kills, and of course it would be a PvE weapon with a little bit of PvP if you're able to hit your shots, but if you hit every precision kill, it gives you a portion of health back.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Right.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
like that. That was one of my favorite looking guns.
I dig that.
Those are your favorite looking guns.
Touch of Malice was like a unique looking gun.
yeah.
See,
Yeah.
you said you didn't say fit. You said you didn't say unique. You said favorite looking.
Yeah, favorite looking because it's one of the most unique. I'll put you right through the screen.
He's getting annoyed. Yes. It's so hard to annoy him. He's so calm all the time. All the time.
But yeah, I would definitely Touch of Malice. Definitely in terms of like armor, I do like the warlock with the wing. I always forget what it's called, but the one with the
Yeah.
wings in the back.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Wings
pixie
of
wings.
Sacred Dawn.
Yeah,
Looks
yeah,
like a Halloween costume.
yeah. Those
All
are
it
cool.
does isn't all it does is just keeps you in the air.
I think so.
Just keeps
Yeah.
you in the air.
Doesn't really do
You just
anything
float
cool,
for a
but
couple seconds. Become a real easy target.
yeah, pretty much.
That's about it.
Hey, look at me. Oh no, stop looking at me.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the Alchemist Raiment here. I got the ability wrong. Yeah, it's scuffed. It looks like a scuffed Heart of Praxic Fire from T1. Here's what it did. A chance to gain Glimmer on primary ammo pickup. Orbs collected when your super is full, recharge your grenades in melee. So you don't even really get an ability until your super is full. And then you have to keep your super full in order to experience that benefit.
And then the
Garbage.
glimmer really doesn't do much.
What did you need Glimmer for?
When are you picking up primary ammo?
Yeah.
I'm thinking right in the Crucible. But when are you picking up primary ammo?
Never. Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah, that was trash. That thing was trash.
Come on. See? But yeah, I would say the gauntlets, those gauntlets that use your class ability does things for your teammates that are in the vicinity of you doing your
Yeah, those things.
And they were ugly, and they had like little things coming out of it every time you used it that didn't look nice. It just made you look itchy. It's just growing pubes. Like I didn't like it. It was weird. It did nothing. I don't know. Like honestly, like if it's supposed to benefit your team, then it should do something like protective aura. Because of the fact that it's gauntlets, then maybe I don't know. Like for 15 seconds, you steal the melee ability of the person you just punched, or a kill. If you get a kill on someone, you're able to take that. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a rogue from the X-Men kind of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it works. Right. It's an ability steal gauntlet, and it works. And since every single class has that gauntlet, it should be able to do the exact same thing for every. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a brief amount of time, like, can you imagine if you're running around with an arc solar class and you won't be able to use it? I mean, there has to be a balance, right? So you won't be able to use any of your arc or your particular class abilities, but your next melee will be that of the person that you just killed with those particular gauntlets.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That'd be interesting.
Something like that. Something like that.
Just a walking Super Smash Bros. Kirby.
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically. Because if you think about it, he only fought just like Kirby until you used the special ability. And his special ability as Kirby was like shooting like a star out of his stomach.
Yeah.
But when you ate somebody.
When you what? When you sucked?
When you ate somebody.
When you
There's
slurp?
enough clearance. There's enough clearance.
when you gargled. Right?
I'll also send that to you as an MP3. Don't worry.
When you
right now.
when you ate somebody and you know what I'm saying, you took their ability with Captain Falcon, you had the Falcon Punch, right? You know what I'm saying, when you had Link, you had the up B move, the hit, like you had that. So it was a lot of things that were really different. So that would be a really dope thing where you kind of like stole the ability of whatever. I don't know. Like if a Warlock or a Titan did it, they would be able to steal the Hunter jump for 30 seconds.
That would be an improvement.
That'd be great.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, that'd be great, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, something like that, just to make it a bit more interesting. Nothing that's like too crazy, but something that'd just be like, that's pretty cool. I want to be creative. I want to jerk around a little bit. Let's you know what I'm saying. Let's run some goofy stuff this day. Things like that.
Yeah,
I would want to see Sturm have an extra ability where you can dual wield with Drang. So you're just
that'd be crazy.
that'd be cool. That would be cool. Yeah,
that would be cool.
It's like the only thing in the game that does it. That's this exotic thing. Because right now it's going to be useless unless we get like a Drang substitute.
Yeah.
What you just picked up on something, because that could be a thing, but only for paired weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be great, but it would also be like, again, because it has to have balance. So it'd be great, but it would also, like, you got to be good with it in order for it to be effective. Because the Drang and the Sturm, one definitely fires faster than the other, right? Yep. If you think about it, the exact same thing would go well with the Mida and the Mini.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like, one is a scout rifle, the other one is a SMG. You could, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get a little crispy with what you talking about. I like going with it, man.
That'd be cool. I dig that.
I dig that. I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What about you, TBL? You already said
I guess I'm trying to think of a useless exotic from D1 to drag forward. Thankfully, there weren't that many useless exotics in D1. But one in particular that I can think of, kind of related to the Ace of Spades, which was the Hunter exclusive exotic in D1. The Fabian Strategy, which was an exotic auto rifle for Titans that you got for completing stuff for the gunsmith. Because hey, back in the day, the gunsmith used to be worth something. He had his own bounties and like his own arms day thing every week, and he had his own exotics tied to him. It was a neat weapon. It was absolutely worthless. I think its ability was like when you get within a certain range of enemies, your rate of fire on the weapon like doubled, but your magazine size didn't. So like by the time enemies got close enough to you to activate it, you were already empty, and it had a very slow reload. So I'd like it. They brought back Ace of Spades from D1 and turned it into a fantastic weapon overall. I'd love to see them do the same thing with Fabian Strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to see the Steel Piercer again.
Yeah.
It's not a bad weapon,
Sniper.
but that was a really good looking sniper.
It was a good sniper.
That was a good sniper. Anyway.
2 questions or 1 question? Up to you guys.
One
Up to
question.
you.
1 question. All right. Last question of the evening comes from Desmeraldo. What game do you recommend playing while waiting for Beyond Light?
Ooh, I like that one. I like that one.
So many play story games. Play games.
Yeah.
Play games that do have to have no multiplayer at all. None.
Yeah.
At all. Right? The games that I've been playing as of lately that have been really focused on anything, and I said it already, was Ghost of Tsushima. That game by far is one of the most respectful, flourishing, and very intuitive titles that I've played in a very long time, because literally every single thing that the game has to offer interacts with everything else. Literally everything coexists with each other. Like, you have to do all of these things in order to grow certain areas. Like Marvel was saying, like I was, following the foxes and petting foxes. In order for you to grow a specific like meter on your character, you have to find these Inari shrines and pray to the Inari shrines. And doing that, you end up being able to pet the fox. The only way to find Inari shrines is to, in the open world of the game, run into a random fox and follow the fox, and it will lead you to the shrine. That is literally the ecosystem of the entire game. Foxes, birds, you have to follow it. The wind, you have to follow it. Like, that's really what it is. I strongly suggest playing games like Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us, games that are going to take you relatively long to complete, but not like nothing that's going to really focus heavily on multiplayer. Take the time out to explore what type of games you're actually into. That's what I would say. That's my advice.
Yeah, I would
like it.
I was gonna pick Ghost, but since Nogi picked that,
Sorry.
that's the game to play if you have a PS4. But other than that, I would say 2 games I'm really playing right now. One is Genshin Impact, free to play, good thing. So you definitely get into that if you like Breath of the Wild. It's very similar to that. Definitely a lot to explore. Stories is okay, but in terms of combat, just being able to explore a whole new world, it's pretty dope. And I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I'm playing Star Wars Squadrons right now, which is like so freaking amazing.
Is it really?
Yeah, Nogi actually FaceTimed me. I showed him the whole
oh my god, this dude got a whole X-wing,
a HOTAS flight stick for the game. So it's super dope. Yeah, so I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I
love this guy.
I'm thoroughly playing. Yeah, super dedicated. I'm definitely playing that, and yeah, just like Naga said, like anything single player, you don't really want to focus on play games right now. Just play a good story based game. It's gonna be tough when Beyond Light comes out, man, because I'm also looking forward to Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, and Cyberpunk. So it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be really brutal.
Did you hear that in Watch Dogs they announced that there's going to be a storyline that connects Aiden Pierce to the Assassins?
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know, Aiden Pierce is a part of the Assassin's Creed, and he has no idea. Like, he's not aware. I don't know if this expansion is going to reveal that he actually is, but he has no idea that he's fighting Abstergo. He just thinks that he's fighting CTOS. That's so crazy. I'm so happy about that. In Valhalla, they're going to have Odin. I love Norse mythology, so they're going to have Odin. Bro, if you're able to wield,
I'm so excited for that one, man.
If you're able to wield Mjolnir, I'm going to flip. I swear to God. And then God of War Ragnarok. Oh.
Yeah.
I have a theory on how God of War Ragnarok is gonna happen. It's 2 theories, but it's like I don't know if you guys finished the first God of War.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
you did. Okay, I apologize to everybody who has not, but this is kind of
spoilers.
Spoilers. I'm saying that. Spoilers. I'm saying that out loud so that you don't mistake it. But towards the end of God of War, and after you go back home and so on and so forth, Thor shows up on your doorstep, right?
Yes.
So if you know Thor's Norse mythology and you know anything about Ragnarok, you know that Ragnarok is the ending of
Twilight of the Gods,
right? It's the Twilight of the Gods. It's supposed to be the destruction of Valhalla, right? Now, who's supposed to be the one that prevents Valhalla? He's supposed to prevent Ragnarok, right? It's supposed to be Thor, right? So what if that altercation against Kratos causes Thor to kind of not win, right? So now we have a situation to where it's like, okay, now Ragnarok is coming. You got Loki here. Ragnarok is coming. It's not stopping. You know what I'm saying? You got some you got some Asgard. You got some Asgardians going on, right? So I'm thinking the way that it is either Ragnarok is either going to be caused by Kratos or it's going to be prevented by Kratos.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Those are my theories. It could be caused by Kratos.
I would like if Ragnarok is Kratos.
It is Kratos.
That's what I'm thinking. Like he's the one that caused Ragnarok. Like
not that he caused it, but he is Ragnarok.
Right. So because the way that would work is like, okay, this whole situation happened. Kratos went through all of that situation in God of War. Thor comes in, and instead of losing to Kratos, he stomps him out, steals Atreus, like kidnaps Atreus, and then Kratos goes on this like, not my boy, not
Time
my
to
boy.
clap.
I'm coming for that.
And he's Ragnarok. That's it.
And he's Ragnarok. That'd be sick. That'd be pretty sick. Can you imagine?
That would be dope.
Bringing down Asgard. Oh,
that's two pantheons
that-
we've gone through now.
That reminds me of, and real quick, I don't want to get too into it, but I always liked when Assassin's Creed 3 did that. When you play in the beginning and you find that you actually played as the Templar, I thought that was such a good freaking twist. Where it's like, oh shit, I was actually playing as the bad guy, and I was like enjoying what this guy was doing. It would be so dope if God of War did that.
Yep.
Yeah,
I love games with twists. So
I love that. I love that. And then you find out the storyline between all of it. You find out that like the person that you played at, the Templar that you played as in Assassin's Creed 3 was like the father or the grandfather of Edward Kenway, which was the pirate in Assassin's Creed 4. And it's just like, it was nuts. And that's actually how you find out. Together. Right. That's actually how you find out how Watch Dogs is a part of Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed universe.
3, right. In Assassin's Creed 3, when you're out of the Animus, you're reading like into the emails and you realize that they're like, you realize that they are the ones, Abstergo is the ones who created CTOS to spotlight everyone, and they're working in Chicago. And then there's like sequences in Watch Dogs where you're watching somebody, and there's this like point where this dude is watching his son play the game, and the guy is like, "What are you playing?" And it's like, "Oh, well, I'm playing this guy who's like running around and killing people." And he's like, "So you're just standing there waiting for the guy to come outside?" And he's like, "Yeah." And the dad is like, "How's this fun?" It's like, don't question how I play Assassin's Creed, man. I'm playing Assassin's Creed. Leave me alone. It's good. It's good.
I enjoyed Watch Dogs. I enjoyed the Watch Dogs franchise. Everybody hates the first one. I love the first one, and
that was good.
The notion, the realization that it's a part of the Assassin's Creed universe. You're absolutely right, Nogi. It was a side story, a very easily missable side story in the first Watch Dogs, and I remember going through that and being like, "Wait, that's the same company. That's the same company. Uh-oh." Yeah, it's great. I love it. Can't wait to see what they're going to do with it moving forward.
What have you been playing, TBL?
Oh, you know me. I've been playing a whole lot of Final Fantasy 14 and Monster Hunter World Iceborne. So that's what I would advertise. People will go and play. If you haven't played Monster Hunter World in a while, they just dropped the last big free update for the game. They're at the end of its life cycle and dropped the hardest boss in the history of this franchise. Big Daddy Fatalis making his return, and so I've been taking a bunch of people through that over the last week or so. Having a lot of fun playing that. Final Fantasy 14 is about to have a big update in about 2 days. It's going to bring a bunch of content, so go play stuff like that. There's plenty. You want to play through some story? Final Fantasy 14 has got story for you.
Listen,
story for days.
I'm waiting. I'm still trying to do it, man. I'm going through We're Born. I'm at the end, and it's difficult, man.
I know.
So many quests. And so many of the quests send me back and forth too, and I'm just like, really? I went
Just
back and
hold
forth
on.
between
Hold on.
these two people for like a straight hour. I was like, this is ridiculous.
You must
But,
be in
you know,
Kurthus.
Yeah,
Is it covered in
exactly.
snow? I knew it.
And I
Look,
was like, oh my god.
just push through it. A Realm Reborn is the worst part of Final Fantasy XIV. Once
That's
you
what
get
everybody keeps
done with
telling
that and you hit Heaven's Word and beyond, it's just back-to-back non-stop action, and it gets better and better. When you
Yeah,
get to
awesome.
Shadowbringers is the best Final Fantasy story in the last 20-something years, easily in my opinion. You just got to stick with the garbage, and there's a lot of garbage.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I also want to pick up Hades too, because every time
I've
I
heard
go
a
on
lot
Twitter,
about that.
somebody's talking about Hades.
That's my game right now. That's my shut my brain off. I've played for like 10 hours, and I'm not even thinking about time. I'm just thinking about runs. And it's like on this run, it's just a farm run. I just need to get the purple teardrops in order to get more powerful. And then like in that run, I end up accidentally making it to the third boss or the boss in the third world. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm here. I didn't prepare for this at all. And so like there's a lot. Say what you will about roguelikes.
Mm-hmm.
I like this game a lot, even if like the genre might be a little overplayed, but it feels like it has more meaning and more structure to it than like a Dead Cells, and it's truly beautiful. I love playing that thing.
Right on.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think I got Nim to buy it. I think Nim bought it like after being in a phone call with me.
He told me he played it. I think he said he likes it, so it's good stuff, man. I've seen a lot of people playing Hades. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely looks like a lot. Well, all right. Was that it for the questions?
Yup. That's
Nice.
it.
Okay. I think that brings us to the end of episode 257 of the Planet Destiny podcast. This one's been a lot of fun. You guys have been fantastic guests. This has been probably one of the most entertaining shows I think we've had here at PD. So thanks so much to you guys for joining in. Nogi, Maru, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. You guys were fantastic. You're some of the most entertaining people I think anybody could ask to have on. So we're really happy to have had you guys here. It was a good show, man. Good stuff, guys.
Thank you guys for the invite.
Yeah, thanks for having us. For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And anytime. Yeah, it was great. Great having you guys here. And of course, before we get on out of here, we like to give our guests the opportunity to let everybody know where they can be found across the internet, what you guys do, and all your social medias. So you want to go ahead and take the floor and do that? It's all yours.
Very easy for me. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Instagram. You can find all of my information on Twitter, anything G1 related, anything related to myself. I'm literally everywhere at vNogi, VNOGI. That goes for Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere. Very easy, very simple. VNOGI.
Yeah, pretty much you can find me everywhere under MaruIRL, except for Twitch. You gotta put a little underscore there. I'm still trying to get that worked out. But yeah, find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch.
Nice.
Right on.
Half-eaten chicken somewhere, but
I got it.
Half-eaten kernel.
With
Disgraceful.
the mountaintop.
with a
Sus.
mountaintop on the other hand.
So gross.
Make sure you guys go and follow them there. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. You guys have been fantastic. It was a lot of fun to have you guys here. Good stuff.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Dan, what about you, man?
Oh, hi. My name is Danfinity. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Danfinity, where the eyes are L's. You can also find me on Twitch 3 days a week, twitch.tv/Danfinity. I want to shout out Mr. Goodbites. I am on a quest to help 100 members of the community get Anarchy before Beyond Light drops. And today we hit 33, so we're at a third. I can see the end of it. We're going to get it.
Can you?
I believe so. He helped me. He helped script a tool where I can just hit a button on my Stream Deck so that the number goes up on the side of my screen, so that people can keep track live where we're at in our goal.
That's awesome.
I'm
Nice.
so excited about it, and he I was up till like 4. I think he was up till like 3 talking to me about it and like getting it all worked out. So it's something that I'm really excited about. And so that's something that I'll be doing till the end of Beyond Light, is just constantly grinding the boss checkpoint over and over again, trying to help people get it.
That's awesome.
Right on, man.
Cool,
Glad
cool.
you're sticking through with that. I hope you make it before the end. You got plenty of time, I think.
I think I have to now. I think I've talked too much about it. So,
You have mentioned it
yeah,
a lot.
Committed.
I've now invested energy into getting a tool built for it. So yeah, we have to do this.
You gotta do it now.
Gotta do it now.
Talk about it. You gotta be about it.
Yeah.
Well, right on, man. Congrats on all that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Of course, my name is The Black Link. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the internet, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all at The Black Link. As you can see, we finally back in the office, so everything is finally put back together after a month and a half of water damage and insurance nonsense. So we're back on our normal stream schedule. It'll be Monday through Friday at about 11 a.m. Eastern time here on Twitch. Probably going to be doing a lot of Final Fantasy 14. You know, we've got that big patch coming out, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday this week. And of course, a lot of Monster Hunter World Iceborne as I continue to help people get their Fatalis clears so they can get some of that in-game loot. Really enjoying it thus far, and it's good. So good to be back in the office, man. The joys of home ownership when you have to make an insurance claim for any sort of damage and wrestle with those companies. It's always a ton of fun. But we're back, we're Gucci, and I'm having a lot of fun getting back into live streaming. But all right, everybody, that is it for episode 257 of the Planet Destiny podcast, your guide to this week in Destiny. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. We'll catch you all in the next one. Bye, everybody.